so from 5 clients when we started to 25 clients approximately right now,
Yeah.
where do you think the revenue is on average for monthly income?
It's 6 times what it was currently, right?
Yep.
And like I said, there's a plan to put in place to get to, you know, about 85,000 a month.
Yep. Hello and welcome to this Fearless Coach Academy case study interview with Mike Shereck. Mike, I'm super excited for us to connect because it's been several months now since we started working together and you've had some amazing results, and I would love to highlight some of those breakthroughs, some of the insights, some of the impact that we've had in your coaching business during the time. So I'd love to start, brother, just by introducing yourself. Share us, what your name is, the name of your business, and a little bit about your coaching business, what kind of clients you help and what you help them with.
Yeah. So my name is Mike Shereck, and I own the Mike Shereck Group. And I'm also a partner in a company called Change Management Communication Center in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Change management is pretty much self-describing. What we do is we help organizations manage or actually lead them through change, because there is no management of it. It's actually leading through change. And my role in that is typically I'm the guy who interacts with the executives, and because oftentimes executives point to those guys need to change over there, but I'm good over here, right?
Yep.
So we interrupt that conversation a little bit. In my private practice, I deal with, it's really interesting, Peter, especially since you and I have gotten together. It's almost exclusively very, very, very successful entrepreneurs who have either seen something they want to go for and conquer that they haven't done, or have kind of plateaued out and they're kind of in that place of, do I sell my business? Do I grow it? Do I pass it on to somebody? They're at that point like where they're kind of in the reinvention process. So that's kind of where both of them are. And I've been, and involved with a lot of different people, some guys that are going through PEs, bringing private equity in their companies. Other guys that are just, looking at mergers, and some guys are looking to sell. So it's kind of the very successful, maturing entrepreneur. And maturing doesn't mean he's old. It can mean he's 40, but he's already gone through that first growth cycle, and he's either in his second or third. So I would say that's a target.
And this is a super important target that I also think, Mike, is quite underserved, because number one, not many coaches have the skills and experience that you have to actually help somebody at that level. So there's lacking skill set there. And then number two, as you know, with some of the clients you've worked with in the past, and we've talked about it because I've been in that space similarly as well, with that success often comes bigger egos.
Oh yeah, these guys can be a pain in the butt. Absolutely. These guys, what it is, Peter, is they have a really developed BS filter, So, and they don't cut a lot of slack. I mean, the sense of urgency they deal with is super high. The stakes they play at are high, and the commitment they have is high. And oftentimes, things are not as secure as they appear, like there's a lot at stake all the time. So these guys are serious human beings, and they're up to stuff, and they don't have time to fiddle around. So, yeah.
Perfect. And you work with them, Mike, at a very high level. It's not like you've got a, online course that they go through. This is face
to face, mano a mano, oftentimes in their offices.
Yeah.
I'll travel to go to their offices, otherwise it's too easy to cancel a phone call.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you show up, I'm kind of a big guy, it's going to be hard to cancel me, right?
Totally, for sure. Well, that paints a picture for the viewer to understand who you help and how you help them. Let's kind of rewind back to when we started coaching. If you could reflect back to then, what were some of the challenges that you were facing in your business that led to you and I connecting and you looking for support and growing?
Yeah, I was in the exact place that I just described to you with my business. I'd been coaching for 8 years. I had never not done 6 figures. I had gotten lazy. to be truthful. I had outsourced most of my marketing to the companies I was affiliated with. And I found myself incredibly unsatisfied and not doing the work that I knew myself to do. And so right before we met, I pretty much cut loose these affiliations I had with these other companies and was going back fully on my own and thought it would be a no-brainer, you know? Needless to say, I was scared, I was unpracticed, and I was unclear. And then I ran into you. And I was confronted by our conversations, you know? I was confronted by you. And Peter, I don't even think I told you this. I think one of the things I discovered in the beginning, you remember I was kind of a pain in your butt. I was challenging and I was
Just a little bit, I remember.
relatively untrusting, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it wasn't you I didn't trust. It was me,
Yes.
you know? And the thing that I got out of really quickly on of our engagement was really getting back and trusting and connecting to who I really was, you know? So that was the big thing. And there was, you know, and we had some spirited conversations in the beginning.
Sure we did, yeah.
And what I loved about it was you were so graceful in taking my feedback about what worked and what didn't work,
Yeah.
you know?
Totally.
And it was remarkable. It really was remarkable. And that was really the beginning. Allowing me to say what I had to say to you helped me reclaim my voice that I didn't realize I had lost.
For sure.
So
And this is huge, Mike, because you know the industry like I do. We've been in the industry for long enough to see it grow, see it morph, to see a lot of people jump in today with no skills, no ability or experience to help somebody, but they become good marketers. And so it's eroding the trust of the whole industry itself.
Yeah.
So it's a global industry that's lacking trust now. And then obviously you had your own challenges with your own, and then obviously with just not knowing each other. So thank you for sharing that journey. With that transition, that had to be a scary time because you were getting leads from those affiliations, maybe not the quality or the amount that you wanted, but at least you had that source and then it was gone. When we
it's all gone.
were together, where was your business at? How many clients were you working with? How much income approximately were you generating then?
I bet I had, I'm embarrassed. I think I had about really 3 real clients. I was making about $5,000 a month, you know? And I don't want to put out a lot of numbers because the numbers are way great now. And you know, and it's not about the numbers, and I don't want to talk about that so much, but you know, I need to work and I need to bring in revenue, you know. But yeah, it was probably in that. I mean, I didn't have much going on, you know.
Yeah. So when we did first connect, knowing that you were in that place, you had 3 coaching clients, you were around 5,000 a month. You mentioned you had some fears, and I would imagine they were associated with how to get support, who to work with, who to get support from.
Well, the first fear was going broke.
Okay, so fears are going broke, right? So the real that real fear. But what about seeking help? What resistance were you feeling?
Dude, I'm like the alpha male's alpha male. I'm not going to seek help, you know. Come on, and it was all of that. It was all that BS, you know. And also, I had been pretty successful, you know. And to actually own that I was in a pretty big breakdown would impact the image I created, shall we say, right? Yeah. But one of the great gifts of in working with you, not directly from you, but just in a process, like I had to own where I was. I had to really get clear on where I was and what caused it and what was in the way. And that's really where you came in.
Yeah. And notice, isn't that the same exact challenge your clients face?
Of course it is.
They are super successful as well. They have that image.
I get one of these guys at least one of these guys a week now, maybe 2 or 3 of them a week. You know, I got 2 meetings tomorrow. No, I got one tomorrow, one Friday. Yeah. So. Yeah. I mean, it is the very same thing, you know, and I think that's the real. First of all, it's a real power of coaching. I think what actually happened to me, Peter, as far as coaching goes, I got really comfortable. And I started believing in my press clippings.
Yeah.
And I started thinking that I was really, awesome.
Yeah.
And I knew everything. And I did not know my ass from a hole in the ground, because there's nothing to know as a coach, right? As a coach,
Totally.
all there is to inquire.
Yeah.
All there is to uncover. It doesn't matter what you know,
Yeah.
So that's one of the big things I got from working together too.
So let's talk about that, because that's, as you know, many of the clients that I work with, we focus on marketing strategies and tactics to generate leads and things like that. And those are important. We focus less of that with our coaching and more around, who you were being, where you're coming from. What were some of the 1, 2, or 3 things that you learned over this journey that you feel helped contribute to the shift and the transformation that your business has made?
Trusting myself, really trusting myself, really owning all that I've done, all that I've accomplished, owning the skills I have, and not from a place of arrogance, really from what am I out to contribute to? Who am I out to contribute to? And I got really clear who are the guys I make a difference with. And they're the guys, most guys would pee their pants to talk with, right? Most of the guys that people would love to have the conversation to be introduced to them, but that's not how it goes.
Yeah.
And it all of a sudden, I don't know what it was, but everything got super clear. All the BS got moved, all the fears got moved, and all that was there was a commitment to transform leadership and the way leadership is done. Because how leadership is done, you don't have to look around very much to see how leadership is done today. It's not working that well. There's a big gap and a big opportunity to improve. So, that's what I saw, and that's what I stepped into.
Okay, that's big.
Yeah.
Because here's one thing I'm noticing: when you and I first connected, you were in a place where it was urgent to get clients.
Big time.
And it was urgent to increase sales, and we focused on those things. But here's the thing: even though that was a result of the actions that you took, it wasn't the intention. I think the intention for you was more to when you got recommitted to your commitment to serving and to impacting these leaders and the ripple effect it has in their organizations. That's where you started to show up differently.
Peter, here, I'll give these guys some numbers that are going to watch us. Okay. So I got really clear on why I do what I do. It truly is my life's mission. Okay. I got really clear on who the people are that I serve. I don't even think I told you, one of the guys that's one of my clients. So this guy's a 7-figure a year, revenue income producer, right? He makes 7 figures, no problem. Right. And he has been for 20 years, and he's a small business, but he deals with big players. And so he's been doing the same thing over and over, and he plateaued. And he's asking, and he's at that age where he's wondering, what do I do? Shut her down, go for it, what the hell, And so he went to a basketball game in Northwestern. He met a guy, and we just got to go out there and talk to people. So we went to this basketball game. He met a guy, and then that was on a Wednesday in Evanston. He met him again Friday in Phoenix, and then had a meeting with him Monday in LA. And the dude, they created an $18 billion market. Between the collaboration, this is an unaddressed $18 billion market.
Yeah.
Didn't even exist 3 weeks ago.
I can't even wrap my mind around that number.
Dude, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
One of the things I learned just from that story, right, is whatever limitations we have, they're all self-imposed.
Yeah.
They're all self-imposed. Anybody who's dealing with scarcity, it's just because they're afraid, man. And I got caught up into reading other people's strategies and trying to make them my own, as opposed to owning my own, and honoring who I am and all the work I've been busting my ass for the last 10 years, and I didn't make a vow of poverty, so, and just so you know that I'm on a pathway now, we said it was about I was making, I got to like $5,000 a month, which I get for some coaches would be a lot,
Yeah.
That doesn't keep gas in the F-150. I'm just telling you kids,
So, burn some gas.
I know. So, what I've identified is I actually have a plan laid out that it's not quite 6 figures a month, but it's in the 80s per month as far as revenue goes. Not quite there yet, but I'm about a third of the way.
Yeah.
So, and it's not about the money. It's not about the money. It's about what the commitment is. And here's the other thing too. A lot of coaches, they want to like hang out at the beach or play with their dogs or do all this stuff. That's all well and good. This is who I am. This is what I want to do. Like, I love this, and I ride my Harley and I go places and I do that stuff. But you'll never hear me talk about that stuff. It's about making a difference. It's about going out there. So it's really getting clear. Like, not everybody has to be like me, Like, you don't have to be, I'm pretty wound up right now, I'm pretty.
Well, one thing I just want to acknowledge you for, Mike, is that you do treat this as something that's very serious because of the impact that you're having in your clients.
It's actually sacred to me.
Yeah, sacred. Okay, that's even better. Sacred.
Yeah.
So sacred is something that I don't see every coach treat their clients. I don't see that. I see a lot of coaches personally viewing it as a hobby.
Yeah.
And again, that's okay if that's what they choose to do, but to operate at the level with the level of clients that you serve, you can't serve those people, those men and women, as a hobbyist. You just
no.
It's impossible. They see
this is real, man. This is, and listen, this is real. This is real.
Yeah. So beautiful. So this is super helpful for the viewer. Again, I just want to hear kind of a ballpark approximation of results. So we were at 5 clients, 3 clients you were working with. How many about right now?
Dude, I'd have to stop and count. It's in the 20s.
Okay.
It may be pushing 30. I don't know. It depends how you measure them. Let's say 25 people.
Okay. So from 5 clients when we started to 25 clients approximately right now, where do you think the revenue is on average for monthly income?
It's 6 times what it was currently, right?
Yep.
And like I said, there's a plan to put in place to get to, about 85,000 a month.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So notice that.
Then at that level, I would have to restructure some things, and really like looking to scale things. But, I just want to go back to the sacred thing. Okay. One of the things that's remarkable that I've really discovered is coaches, we talk a lot. We talk way too much, and, I shared with you, we're starting this executive coaching and organizational leadership program. And when we were finishing the weekend, one of the members of the cohort said the space was sacred. And this is not, a sage waving, mocha drinking. You know what I'm talking about. He's not one of those guys. This guy is a hardcore head of HR guy that worked in a global manufacturing enterprise. This guy is not someone who throws those kind of platitudes around softly. So the reason I brought it up are 2 things. One was, when you operate a certain way inside that clearing, people will get it and they will join in and be it, right?
Yep.
The second thing is, there's this concern that there's certain businesses and certain types of people can't get it, or can't be moved by this, or can't do certain things because of whatever those beliefs are. Yep. It's just not true. It's just not true. We don't know. We don't know what tomorrow holds. And it's just standing there, So I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes total sense.
Yeah.
And again, it just speaks to the presence that you bring to your interactions with your clients, how you go in there, yes, with a lot of knowledge and experience, but you go in there with an open mind. You go in there with a curiosity where you don't bring stuff from the past of previous clients into bucketing this person in a box because they're a certain executive. Like, I'm noticing this.
Yeah.
You have a curiosity and a way of asking questions that holds up a mirror for these executives and these business owners to see the truth, and
Yeah.
you speak the truth in ways that no one else in their life is going to tell them.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Not only that, you know how old I am. If I brought stuff in the past, I'd have to bring a whole truckload, right?
So,
Just leave it all back there, right?
I love it. Here's my last question.
Yeah.
For somebody watching this who's
Yeah.
looking to grow their coaching business, potentially working with me one-on-one or in Fearless Coach Academy, who would you recommend this to? Who do you think would be a good fit and who would benefit?
Anybody who is really into, like really committed to coaching, anybody who's really committed to coaching. If like you're a hobbyist, or if you're one of these guys that are ego driven and the smartest guy in the room kind of guy, it's probably not the right dude. But if it's someone who's really curious about what it's going to take them to the next level, I think that would be an ideal candidate for you.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you for that.
Did I give the right answer?
There is no right answer. Whatever answer comes from your heart is right.
Yeah.
So it's just been an absolute honor and privilege to support you, guide you. You're the creator of all the change that you're making, and to be able to be a witness of that and help facilitate that has been beautiful. So thank you for that, for the opportunity for me to help you in that. Super.
Dude, one of the things that helped me get, that you provided for me was, we talked about the guys I coach can be tough, I might be a little bit of that too, right? And one of the things I really got was, you're considerably younger than me, 20 plus years, close to 30 years younger than me. And letting go of that and just, listening to what you have to contribute and being with you has done a couple things for me. It's opened me, it's allowed me to complete things in the past that I was still holding on to. It's alivened me and made me more vital and let me know I can hang with the young kids, right? But it's also provided me different perspectives. So it's really been a joy. I'm always skeptical of people hiring coaches that are significantly younger than them for a lot of different reasons. But in this case, it was a good idea. And I'm really glad I did. I'm really thankful for it. So thank you.
I am too. Yeah, it's been great working together. So, and I'm excited to take you, support you in going from the 30 that you're at now to 80 and beyond. So
yeah, man.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna blow this. We're gonna blow this coaching program. That's where I'm going to be able to use your all your marketing wizardry. I have a guy.
Yeah.
I can fill my one-on-one clients now on my own.
Here's the beauty of this, Mike. We're going to create new problems for you that you're going to want to have, right? When you hit a point of capacity where you literally don't have more time to serve people, then we got to shift the model.
Well, one of the reasons we're doing this is because of, the coaches training program is to actually replicate who we are. And this one dude from this big company, man, he's the man. The first weekend, I know he's the man. This guy's a bad dude, So cool.
Well, last thing, where could somebody go to connect with you or find out more about your work?
Yeah, I suck at social media. You can find, I think Mike Shereck Coaching, I think, is on Facebook somewhere. Mm-hmm. You can get me, probably the best way is my LinkedIn page. You can always call me at 630-643-6336, or you can send me an email at mikeshereck@gmail.com.
Perfect. Okay. So I'll put those contact infos in the kind of blog post.
I think I'm on Twitter too. So it depends. I fart around with all that stuff. So I don't know. I don't take it very serious. So.
Perfect. And love it. So thank you, Mike, again for your time. For you, if you want support from me at all in growing and scaling your coaching business, then either send me a private message on social media. You're probably connected to me there. Just search Peter Scott, the fourth, IV is in the fourth, or go to earn100kcoaching.com. You can fill out a short application and then get on my calendar and we can have a quick 15-minute chat to see how we can help you. So
if you're out there and if you're wondering if you should talk to this guy or not, just talk to him once. Just talk to him.
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate you.
All right, brother. Be good.